Hey there, this is Steve Reed from the Real Wealth Project. Welcome to the 3-Minute Quick Bite Show. 7 days a week, talking about freedom, building a lifestyle business, personal happiness, productivity, passion, and living your dream life. And welcome to episode 4 of the Real Wealth Project Quick Bites Show. I'm your host, Steve Reed, and I just wanted to put together a real short one today. Just about dreams, aspirations. What do you dream about? What do you think of when you sit down and maybe you're just lying on the sofa, lying on your bed, or perhaps lying somewhere in the sun, and you just let your mind slip and you just imagine things that you'd like to be doing, the sort of life you'd like to be leading. Is it the life that you're currently leading, or is it something very different from that? I think there's definitely a tendency for people to stay within a narrow set of boundaries for their imagination and their aspirations. And I think a lot of this is a societal thing and upbringing, education. We all seem to be told that we should try and do well at school, get our qualifications, go to university, get a good job, settle down, have a family, retire, die, and then it starts all over again, I guess. I'm not a huge believer in reincarnation, etc. I'd like to be. I think those people who have got that type of faith are very, very lucky, and I would really very much like to have it, not necessarily in a religious sense, but a spiritual sense. I mean, I do understand that no energy can be extinguished or rebuilt. There's a finite amount of energy in the universe, and when we die, our bodies break down, we're eaten, we blow away in the wind, we grow and we feed plants. So we never really actually cease to exist in some form or another. But I'm really mindful about wanting to create the rest of my life, and I'm probably halfway through mine now, possibly a little bit further on, which kind of upsets me. I'm not a great one with getting old. But I want to have a life where I'm excited and motivated and passionate about what I'm doing and what I'm achieving and the value that I'm giving to people. I've often been very, very focused on money, and a lot of that was for reasons of necessity, really. You know, you've got a bit to pay the bills, etc. But I've certainly found having that as one's only focus just doesn't really work for me. I don't know about you. One thing that I may have mentioned before, I tend to repeat myself a fair bit, is the idea of getting old, going to my grave, being on my deathbed with my family around me and, you know, my children, possibly my grandchildren around me. And just the idea of a tear just running down my face as I approach death, and that being a tear of regret that I didn't make enough of my life. I didn't do some of the things I wanted to do. And when I talk about achievement, I'm not talking about how much money did I make, how much money have I left in a legacy or a will. It's really about how valuable I felt my life was and how much I enjoyed it along the way, the experiences, the communications, the connections with other people. As I've got older, and I think, I don't know how old you are, but if you're young, this may not be an issue to you. But as you get older, you tend to realise that connections are very, very important. And some of the best times you can have are where you're sitting in a cafe, chatting with a stranger, laughing with a friend, talking about things you used to do and plans and when you're going to get together next and when you're going to have a coffee and you're going to chat again. And it's those things which are really, really powerful for me. And I want to live that dream for the rest of my life. I also want to enjoy holidays, some trips. I've been chatting to my sister today about meeting up in one of the Greek islands in the summer with myself, my wife, my kids, and her partner, and having a great time. And we were looking at some potential venues on Airbnb, look at some holiday villas, and there's some beautiful places out there, and the country looks so wonderful, and warm blue water that you can snorkel and swim in. And it just makes me think that's the sort of life that I want, and I want that for everybody. And I think when you come to that realization and you can actually start to quantify some of the things that are important to you, then you can start to make adjustments. So I really recommend to always keep those things at the forefront of your mind. Create a vision board or a dream board, if you like, something that will keep you and your dreams and aspirations connected. It's very easy to think about stuff and then put it to the back of your mind and think it's never going to happen. And it probably will never happen unless you take some action now to do something about it. So that's really the end of this short podcast. We went to about 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. And I hope you've got something out of it. And I'd love you to share your experiences with me at realwealthproject.com. Let me know what you think and what excites you and what dreams you may have. And I'm sure that you're going to meet them. Cheers. Thanks for listening. I've been your host, Steve Reed. You've been listening to the Real Wealth Project 3-Minute Quick Bite Show. Visit www.realwealthproject.com and don't forget to subscribe at iTunes. If you can leave a review, if you like this show, that would be magnificent. Speak to you soon.